For more than 2 decades, John Walsh has been protecting children and finding fugitives as host of TV's America's Most Wanted.
To date, the show has helped capture, listen to this, more than 1,000 fugitives and has helped to find 41 missing children. And those are some pretty serious numbers. John Walsh, welcome.
Nice
We're
to
very
see you,
happy
ladies.
to have you today, although today is a very sad day. Basically, it's called Missing Children Day, National Missing Children Day.
Well, it actually, National Missing Children's Day was started by President Reagan when they created the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, and this is the 25th anniversary of the National Center. But I kind of look at it as a day of hope because there are, in the FBI computer, about 60,000 active cases. The National Center works 14,000 cases of missing children. So it's a day to remember those parents who have missing children, hoping that they can get them back. I saw Elizabeth Smart last week. She and her little sister were in Washington.
One of the happy endings.
That's a happy ending. I think it gives parents hope, and it's a good day to remind your kids that there are a lot of kids that are out there that are missing. There's a lot of dangers on the Internet. For example, today we have a whole different type of predator on the Internet. So I look at it as a day of hope. We're acknowledging those kids. We're acknowledging their parents and saying, hey, if you see a picture somewhere of a missing child, take a good look at it. You could bring that child home alive.
Do you think parents are savvier now than they used to be? Because I think it seemed like 20 years ago people were just sort of unaware of the dangers. Now it seems like people are educated.
Well, I think people are much more aware. A lot has happened. The national since Adam was murdered 27 years ago. We have the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. When a child goes missing, police react in a different way. The media plays a huge role.
Amber Alert now.
All of those pieces of legislation. But I still think parents are not as savvy. They're aware, but I don't think they know what's going on. We have this whole new world of the Internet, and it's the private hunting ground for the predators. So National Missing Children Day is a day also that corporations are involved with the National Center that have been around for a long time. CA, for example, Microsoft, AOL. My son's 14. He says to me, Dad, you're a dinosaur. You don't really know what I'm doing. And Cox just did a survey saying that 1 in 4 kids say their parents don't have any idea what they're doing in chat rooms, or they're texting or sexting or whatever. CA has a great program called Caring for Kids, and they have a product called CA Security Suite Plus. 2009, and it is parental controls, how you can track what your kid is doing over the Internet, teaching parents what to do. It blocks spyware and identity theft and stuff like that. But I truly know my 14-year-old son knows more about the Internet and technology than I do.
What about these chips? Would you do that to your child? Would you put an identifying chip inside them?
I really would. I mean, to me, there really isn't a controversy. We had a lot of heroes this week in Washington, kids who had survived. And one little boy in Florida is a famous case. He was locked in the trunk of a car, taken at gunpoint. He had a safety pin. He had torn his jacket at school. He had a safety pin in the trunk of the car. He got the safety pin in his mouth. The guy tied him to a tree, duct taped him. He got away. They were looking for him for hours. He had to run for miles once he got away to borrow a cell phone from a farmer. So I believe all kids should have cell phones. You can regulate what they do, and you can track what they do. And the chip, I mean, look at all these parents who never know what happened to their children. If the child's body is somewhere you'd like to know, the not knowing is the worst, But again, I say the positive things. Lots of things are happening. Corporations like CA and AOL and Microsoft and Cox and they're getting involved, in making it safer for children.
And we're passing laws, but we're not funding them, and that's a huge issue. Go on his website for more information.
Thank you, John. Thank you. We're so glad you came.
Oh, God, it's so nice to see you.
Thank you. Come back anytime.